This is the 60 video. Um, okay. Terror, which will not end for another 28 years. Is it ever and it began? As far as I know, can count with about made from a sheet of newspaper that floated along the stream of a street flooded with rain. The little boat picked title went back to strength up in the midst of treacherous whirlpools, and he continued his march down Whitcomb Street towards the traffic light that marked the intersection of this and Jackson. The three vertical lines on the sides of the traffic lights were dark, and also all the house on that autumn afternoon of 1957. It was raining without stopping for a week and 2 days. The winds also some come back since the most of Derry had been left. No electric current and being left. A boy in yellow raincoat and boat greets happily follow the paper boat. The rain had not stopped, but at last I was abandoning. He tapped on the yellow hood of the raincoat, raining the boy's ears like rainings of the roof of a shed. Yellow Emerald was George Denbrough, had 6 years. William, his brother, who almost all the children of the primary school and Derry, and utility teachers, although they would never have used the nickname in the front of him. They now like Bill the Tartaga. He was in the house passing the reminders of a flu pretty serious. In that autumn of 1957, 18 months before the horrors really began, and 28 years before the final outcome, Bill Del Chargas was 10 years old. It was Bill who had made the boat next to the which George ran. Intersection and the semaphore of Whitcomb Street was closed to traffic by several barriers of pitch and 4 easels colored orange. In each, the Derry Department of Works Public behind them. The rain had overflowed severs clothed with branches, stones, and clusters of sticks autumnal. Water. I had been straining the pavement at the beginning, the ripest large rainy place. All this towards the 30 days of the rains. To him, my day of the 4th day, large chunks of pavement were driven by the intersections of Jackson and the Whitcomb, as ice flows in the miniature.
Para bien, ayer me sentía mal, me vi con sueño y medicamentos de esos que te pones a pensar muchas cosas.
Terror which will not end for another 28 years if it ever ended, he began. As far as I know or can count, with a boat, made from a sheet of a newspaper that floated along the stream of the street, flooded with rain. The little boat, pitched a tidal, went back to straighten up to the midst and treacherous whirlpools, and he continued his march down Richmond Street towards the traffic light that marked the intersection of this and Jackson. The three vertical lenses of the sides of the traffic lights were dark, and also all the houses. To the autumn afternoon in 1957, it was raining without stopping for a week and 2 days. The wind had also come back since, and most of Derry had been left, not electric current, and it was still that way. A boy in yellow raincoat and boots, red heavily flowed the paper boat. The rain had not stopped, but at least it has a boning, and he tapped on the yellow hood of the raincoat, ringing the boy on the ears like a rain in the roof of a shed. Comforting sound, almost cozy. The child in yellow and was Georgie Dunbar. Had 6 years. William, his brother, from almost all the children of the primary school of Derry, and auntie teachers, although they would never have used the nickname in front of him. They knew, like Bill and the Tartaja, the pre-series and needless storm in 1957, 8 months before the horror really began, and 28 years before the final outcome. Bill, the Tartaja, was 10 years old. It was Bill who has made the boat next to the which George ran. He had done it in the city in his bed, with his back resting on a little pillow. While the Morse player for Lisa was on the piano in the room, and the rain swept in, through the window of his bedroom. He strode to the apple on the way to intersection in a semaphore off Richmond Street was closer to the traffic by several barrels of a pitch of 4 easels colored orange. On each one of those easels was read, Town Hall, the Bury Department of Works, public behind them. The rain had overflowed, suddenly flowed with branches, stone, and clusters of sticky autumnal leaves. Water. I had been sitting in an apartment at the beginning. Then I realized the pieces, all these towers to the third day of the rain to him. All agreed, however, on that the worst was over, and the Kimberley River has grown almost a meter in the wastelands, and until very few centimeters below the cement walls of the canal, and constrained itself passed through the center of the city. In those moments, a group of men, among them Zach, the broke, the father of George and Bill, I were moving at the stand. They had been released the previous day, and the terrific haste the day before, the fear and the costly damage they had seemed almost inevitable. Bill knew that it happened before the 1931 had been exhausted with the cost of millions of dollars and more than 20 lives. That was a long time, but there were still people on there who remembered him for the scared arrest. One of the victims of the had been found in the bookstore about 40 kilometers away. Fish they had eaten the unfortunate gentleman, the eyes, 3 fingers, the pennies, and almost all the food left. Sized and the remainder of his hands, the steering wheel, for a period. Now, however, the rain was breaking out and the new dawn rises.
Okay, hello guys. I'm talking about the movie It. For me, it's a good movie because it's terrorific, and in this chapter is more mysterious because the clown is more terrorific. Okay, what do you think about the movie? No.
Well, I think it's a good movie because in that part we could see the clown terrorizing the kids in their own house because that was a tradition in 1957, and the things that it could happen need to be like 31 years before, and that's the reason the clown come back every determined years. And I think it's a good movie because the clown is good, and
The clown is not good. It's terrorific, my friend.
it's good.
Okay, I think the book is more different from the what appears in the movie, because in the movie is more realistic and the book now. Okay, that's all for me. And you, what is your opinion?
I think some parts of the movie are not good because the kids were so
Scary?
powerful, and
How powerful, yeah, man.
they went to find the clown, and then they came back to their house like scared and worried about what was happening in that house because they stayed all the time, and all the things that they could see were like the scariest things about the clown, because he was always in the clocks trying to scare them because he wanted to let them know that he is reigning in that country, and he went to the house to bring them and then to eat them.
Okay, the children think that the clown is indestructible because it's more terrific for him. But it is not like that. Okay, because the clown is destructible. The clown is scared the boys with the, how do you say it? Pensamiento. The thinkings about his father or mother. Well, Okay.
Yes, I think that's a good movie because always the clown is looking for new kids, and all the families didn't know it because they were so confused, and they didn't investigate about that, and they were always like, this is a normal day and nothing is gonna happen.
Okay, that's all for this part. Thank you for watching the video. Subscribe, okay? Subscribe.
Subscribe, motherfucker.